Hey everybody. So I wanted to share with you some interesting findings when picking this particular lock. I suspected that this lock had false gates in it. And I really kind of struggled in my last video where I was trying to pick this lock and I suspected that it had false gates, but I really wasn't sure because I'm using a diamond pick profile on the lock and it was just too hard to determine. So I put this in the lock with this flathead standard. And let me tell you something. When you are engaged into a false gate, it's like you cannot move the pick. Very little movement. And why is that? Well, one could argue that it's the width of the false gate. No, I suspect it's something more subtle than that. It's the pin is putting so much pressure on the flat surface of the false gate that it just can't move. So what do you feel when you get into a true gate? Well, it has a lot more movement, and there is a distinct difference, a very big distinct difference between a false gate and a true gate. A true gate will give you more movement, a false gate, almost no movement. Now that I know this, wow, what a difference. And it's so much more enjoyable to pick this lock consistently now. But before I end this video, let me share with you the latest changes I made to this tool. Look how quiet that is. Oh, I love that. Well, that wasn't what I wanted to say. So I changed this to a flathead from the diamond, and I added this collar on here. It just happened to have some of this aluminum stock that I didn't need. And I made it so that it would hold itself onto this hexagonal socket designed for a bottom bracket for a mountain bike. And in addition to that, there is an O-ring, actually two of them, that are stuffed in here to help center this thing. So when it goes on snug. I almost don't even need these screws, to be honest with you. But the reason why I have it is so that this handle doesn't come off. This handle was made from 2.5 millimeter 301 stainless steel. I had to meticulously do my own measurements, and I got it pretty accurate, and accurate enough that it's good. So I put some of this, I don't know what you call this stuff. It's a foamy kind of material. Well, it's actually these are pencil grips. I cut it and I add some silicone rubber sheet on here. This is 2 millimeter thick, and flapped it over. And the comfort of this. So what does this collar do for me? Well, it gives me shelving, and it really holds the pick quite true to the lock body. Yeah, it kind of mars the lock up, but I can shelf this lock right up against the edge of a table, and because this lip goes right up against, overlaps, I can put it on the edge of a table. But now that I got this larger collar on here, what a difference. I can hold this in my hand. And honestly, I can't imagine not having a Distatanner pick without a handle like this. It really gives you the torque that you need. Can I pick this lock without it? Well, now knowing what I know, absolutely. But for a one-handed operation, it is so much more comfortable being able to pick locks with a wider handle. And I honestly can't imagine, again, lock picks not having these handles. So this just goes to show you how you can actually make a lever arm, with symmetry, without having to use a screw, just using plate stock. And this is a little bit outside the box thinking, and I think it was quite successful, and it makes a huge difference. So I have the option of removing this setup and not using it and just going back to this rubber handle if I want. But this is perhaps the most versatile tool you're going to find. Well, not really, but that you're going to see. And it's so smooth, just like a piston on an engine. So smooth. And stay tuned. Maybe in a week or two, I'm going to show you another variation of the sister tool of this, of some improvements that I plan to make. And I am very excited to bring that to you perhaps in a week or two. So stay tuned. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. Have a great weekend.